Basketball fans, welcome back. So the Philadelphia 76ers announced Joel Embiid will not return this season to rehab his injured knee. So let's just talk about this. So Joel Embiid, his knee woes and injuries just kept creeping in this season, and it was not looking good for the Philadelphia 76ers. So in a miserable season, the Sixers were holding out hope of making the play-in tournament and going on an unlikely run throughout the Eastern Conference. But according to a statement from the team, Joel Embiid will not return this season, effectively ending the Sixers' playoff chances. So in a statement, the Philadelphia 76ers came out and wrote, the Philadelphia 76ers and Joel Embiid have been consulting with top specialists regarding ongoing issues with his left knee. After further evaluation, it has been determined that he is medically unable to play and will miss the remainder of the season to focus on treatment and rehabilitation. We are working with medical experts to determine the exact treatment plan and will update media when we have more information. The team and specialists will continue working with Joel to ensure the best path forward for his long-term health and performance. So that's the statement from the Philadelphia 76ers. So Joel Embiid last played on February 22nd, where he dropped 14 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists in a loss to the Brooklyn Nets. Embiid hasn't been seen on the court ever since, but there was optimism that he will return for the 76ers in the playoffs. So Paul George, on the other hand, we made a couple of videos in this platform talking about his podcast, and PG even shut down his podcast to focus on the 76ers upcoming playoff push. This was this was kind of hilarious, and I saw this and I was and it was something that was bound to happen because Paul George with his whole podcast it was really rubbing off people in the wrong way, and he was basically dry snitching and clickbaiting his team to be able to get views there. And he's somebody who's earning $50 million a year because he signed a $212 million a max extension for 4 years. So being paid $50 million just to be a podcaster. So it was later revealed that Joel Embiid's injury was so serious it required regular injections to make him available to play. This is very dangerous, and that's not to mention the rumors of the 76ers considering knee surgery to help further prevent injuries in the future. So Joel Embiid's knee injuries was actually quite serious, and it's not something that even the Philadelphia 76ers were taking lightly, because this is a guy who's on a max deal. He's a cornerstone in the offense, and it will be a very bad look if you mismanage the situation. So it's not a positive sign for the Philadelphia 76ers, but it's been a long time coming. This whole campaign has been a disaster from the start, and Embiid has never quite been himself, with averages of 23.8 points, 8.2 boards, and 4.5 assists per game with 44% shooting from the field. Tyrese Maxey and Paul George have not been able to do anything significant. And with that 20 and 38 record, they are currently 2.5 games back from the 10th seed. So things are not looking good. I mean, some people are even saying these guys should just shut it down. So with the decision to shut down Joel Embiid, the 76ers have essentially punted on this season, and we can expect some kind of load management on the other core players as well, including Maxey, Paul George, and Kelly Oubre, because there's no point in overworking or overplaying your players, yet you have injury struggles. So that's another decision that they need to think of. So besides keeping their veteran players fresh for next season, it puts the Sixers in play to keep their 2025 draft pick, which is top 6 protected. If they lose enough games over the next few weeks, it could grant them the ultimate prize of in the form of Cooper Flag, Ace Bailey, or Dylan Harper. So ultimately, as tough as it is for fans to accept, the Sixers made the right choice here to avoid risking Joel Embiid and risking it all for a season that's already lost. And their best hope for success right now is if Joel Embiid can be healthy and be able to return to his MVP form. So this was the right decision, because there was this whole issue: is Joel Embiid coming back? Is he not coming back? So there was that tussle, because a lot of reports cited that he's close to making his return, but still he's still rehabbing his knee. And there's so much pressure, especially when it came down to him playing, because as we embark on the second half of the regular season, right now it's just a playoff push. And a lot of teams are kicking in high gear in playoff mode. And looking at what we have been seeing from Pandemic P, Playoff P, Podcast P, whatever he is, he's not a guy that can be able to, push the needle up for this team and be able to set the bar high for this team, because he has been abysmal as well. And also Tyrese Maxey. I don't expect too much from Tyrese Maxey, so I can't, put a lot of, issues on him. But the two stars on the team were out this season. And also you could see PG was focusing more on his podcast. He even mentioned it in multiple videos, saying that this man is his podcast was distracting him from playing basketball, and it doesn't even justify his salary. So the decision to shut down Joel Embiid subsequently leads to the Sixers just tanking this season. I would just prefer they just lose games and they just roll out like the other guys, and not waste the energy of the veterans, especially a guy like PG. I know PG was saying that he's focusing on right now playing, but the much he can do is just play solid as this season just goes down the drain. So it is what it is. So do drop me a comment down in the comment section what you think about this whole situation. I mean, both Tyrese Maxey and PG have never been able to click on offense, and the result has been a substandard performance all around. So, and with the Philadelphia 76ers being at the bottom pile and out of the playoff bracket completely, not only in the playoffs, but also in the play, not being even the play-in tournament, they're just done. So it's a very sad situation. And do drop me a comment down in the comment section down below what you think about this whole situation. Did the Sixers get it right with shutting down Joel Embiid? I feel like it's the right thing to do, because you can't just run down your one of your top players like that. You need him to be fresh for you. And Podcast P, he should just entirely just stop podcasting altogether, and he should focus on basketball, something that I was stressing on in previous videos. And a lot of people have been mentioning this on various, platforms and various social media, talking about Podcast P. So this whole situation with the Sixers, I mean, it's sad, and the process is just failing every single time, because Joel Embiid was the guy who said trust the process, but man, the man can't even make it past the second round, and it's something that has been very underwhelming. He's been given all the stars. He had James Harden, couldn't make it past the second round. He had Jimmy Butler, couldn't make it past the second round. He had Ben Simmons, who right now he's on his way out of the league, couldn't make it past the second round. So tough being a 76ers fan. But tell me what you think down there. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. I'm out. Peace.